Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, guys, we got a video by Sporting Logically titled the 2020 NBA Illogical Awards, guys. So I'm pretty sure I checked out his version of this last year, and what he does exactly is makes up his own awards, guys. It's really cool, scenario and stuff right here, man. So we're gonna see what the awards are all about. Link to his channel in the description below if you want to go subscribe, man. Let's check this out.
First award of the 2020 NBA Illogical Awards is the Anthony Bennett Award.
Okay, this is a good one.
A former top 10 pick from the previous year's draft, so in this case, it's the 2019 draft, that already looks like a bust. This was a...
Wow, if I had to pick, I don't know if I have, like, a good one. Because, like, Cam Reddish, I think, is going to be fine. DeAndre Hunter looks like, I think maybe DeAndre Hunter was drafted a little bit too high, but I don't think he's going to be a bust. Jarrett Culver, he was pretty hyped up out of college, so I guess if I had to pick, I'd have to pick Jarrett Culver, I guess. Maybe Darius Garland, but even he looks,
Jarrett Culver.
There we go,
okay. Minnesota Timberwolves. So of the three players that I posted in the poll for this award, I felt like Jarrett Culver and Darius Garland were the two closest to winning this award.
Agree with that.
Because of where the expectations were for those guys and how much they did or did not meet them. And for Culver specifically, the offense really looks like it's going to be an issue.
Damn, 40% field goal.
And the length and the defensive prowess, it appears to at least be a good NBA player. But if he doesn't continue to develop on the offensive end of the floor, it's going to be very tough for him to live up to the hype of...
And he's literally playing with a fantastic offensive center in Cat, who should open up the floor for him. So if he can't score with Cat on the floor, who's going to be able to score with?
A top 10 pick. And as a result, he is this year's winner of the Anthony Bennett Award.
I agree with this one.
Okay. The next award, and it is the Billy King Award, given to a team that made a blockbuster trade that is most likely to come back to haunt them. And this year's winner is once again the Minnesota Timberwolves.
So I would have to imagine with 2 years ago, the Pistons probably won that with the Blake Griffin one, right? Because, they gave up the draft pick that... It wasn't Shea Gilgeous. I think it was actually Jerome Robinson. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but still, we gave him the draft pick. We could have drafted Shea, man, but okay, whatever.
Trading away their 2021 first-round pick in exchange for D'Angelo Russell. Now, when you look at some of the trades that were made this year, there's really not that many to pick from that could potentially be in this category.
Yeah, a lot of blockbusters,
at least. Once I started looking, this one became a pretty glaring example of exactly what the Billy King Award is all about. It's not that there's a 100% chance that this trade is going to backfire on the Timberwolves, but more so that it's at least kind of likely that this has a pretty disastrous effect on their franchise moving forward. I understand that the pick is top 3 protected and they got rid of Andrew Wiggins in the deal, but if things don't go well this upcoming season with the D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns combination...
And I think that's what it comes down to, like I said, like D'Lo and Cat. If that doesn't work out, then it's like, yeah, it's a failure right there. But at the same time, it being top 3 protected, that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But I will say that, instead of the Timberwolves going for another rookie, I do like the idea of them getting D'Angelo Russell just because, he's an all-star point guard. And I just think as far as, free agency goes, is a free agent going to want to play with another, young player, another rookie out there? Or are they going to want to, be a part of that D'Lo, Karl Anthony Towns thing they got going on over there? Plus, Wiggins is not on the team anymore. I'll say in the end of the day, though, I want to see the Timberwolves make another move, go for a guy like a Devin Booker, somebody like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Listen, there wasn't really a lot of trades that happened this offseason or this past season. So I guess if you had to pick one, sure, but I would probably need to see another list of all the trades that went down.
In Minnesota, they're going to be very limited in their ability to continue to improve the roster moving forward if they don't keep that first-round pick in 2021. Next up now is the Vivek Ranadive Award, given to the most dysfunctional franchise in the NBA, and this was
most dysfunctional franchise. Okay, so I don't like the Sacramento Kings rotation. I think, but is it just dysfunctional from a player standpoint or from a coaching and player standpoint? It's probably be a mix of both. I would have to say, I like what the Bulls got going on. Actually, the video on my main channel, Crispy Flakes, about them today. But I would have to give it to the Bulls simply because of Jim Boylan. That's so much dysfunctionality right there, just from the separation between the players and the coach. I would have to say just for that reason, Jim Boylan's that bad.
Once again, a community award. And this year's winner...
Oh, the Knicks. Okay, sure. Why not?
Now, to be honest with you guys, if this was 100% up to me, I would have given this award to the Cleveland Cavaliers rather than the Knicks for this season. But that's one of the great things about having you guys vote on these awards. The Cavaliers had a lot of things go wrong this season, but the most important to me is how disastrous of a hiring John Beilein as head coach ended up being, and not even making it through his first full season, and some of the financial
that was
things
ridiculous
that go along with that. But ultimately,
I mean, he kind of did it to himself too, though.
Not
so
making very much progress at all towards becoming a very good team in the future.
He was a great coach at Michigan.
They have some good things
I was
going
shocked.
for them, as outlined in the What's Next video I did on them, but they still have one of the worst owners in the league. They still have a very limited direction and a limited young talent pool as well. So apart from their cap space and the name that they have attached to them, not a whole lot going for what is still a very dysfunctional franchise.
100% agree.
Next up now is one of my favorite awards. It's the Bucket Chucker Award.
Oh boy.
Given to a player that is one of the most high volume, inefficient shot takers in the entire league.
Oh God. Oh man. I wish I had a list of players in front of me right now. J.R. Smith he's on the Lakers now, so no, I mean I gotta see.
This year's winner is Devontae Graham.
Devontae, wow, okay.
Now, I was really surprised by this one, and I didn't want to give this to Devontae Graham because I think he's a good player. I think he's done a lot of good things in Charlotte in terms of his improvement from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah, not a lot going on for that
really
team, so somebody's got to shoot it.
Field goal attempt numbers compared to his percentage, there was really no other person to pick for this award. Like I said, I didn't want to pick him, but the stats are so glaring for Graham this year. Now, obviously, you also have to take into account that the supporting cast on the offensive end of the floor is not great in Charlotte, and that's one of the reasons why he has to take so many shots, and he takes a lot of tough threes, so it's not necessarily surprising that his percentage is this low, but it is surprising to me that he ends
Only
up
reason
being
why he's not
this
going to
year's
miss
winner
most improved because of the
Bucket
percentage.
Chucker Award. Next up now is the Landry Fields Award, given to a player that has shown promise in the past, but took a step back this season, and this is once again a community voted upon award.
No idea.
And this year's winner is Gary Harris.
Okay. Yeah. I guess my biggest issue with Gary Harris is that it seems like he's gotten bad like every year for like the past like 3 or 4 years, whatever it's been. Touring Prince, I liked him on the Hawks a lot. On the Brooklyn, it's been kind of whatever. Yeah, Aaron Gordon just hasn't. I'd probably say Aaron Gordon to be, quite frank about it. I've been disappointed with Aaron Gordon's been doing. I feel like he's got potential to be an all-star, and I don't know why. He just has not gotten there.
Of the Denver Nuggets. Now, coincidentally, Harris won this award last year as well.
Right.
I was the one picking it, and now this year, when you guys are the one voting on it, he wins it once
again. He is regressing like crazy.
On a downhill trajectory over the last couple of seasons, especially the offensive end of the floor. I don't know if it's injury stuff. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Whatever it is,
probably a mix of both.
Just isn't the same player offensively that he has been in the past. He still does a lot of other good things well, but if you're looking for a prototypical, this guy used to look like he was an up-and-coming player, and now his value is certainly decreasing around the league. That player is Gary Harris, both last year and this year, making him this year's winner of the Landry Fields Award. We move on now to another one of my favorite awards. It's the Big Man Small Boards Award, given to an NBA big that is either unaware of their size or simply unwilling to use it.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Cody Zeller? Cody Zeller's like 7 foot. Frank Kaminsky. I mean, Brook Lopez doesn't average like a ton of rebounds, does he?
To pull down rebounds. And this year's winner is Lauri Markkanen.
I blame that on Jim Boylan.
Certainly had a step back season this year. He's got career lows in pretty much every single significant box score statistical category, and that certainly includes his rebounding numbers as well. In fact, among all forwards and centers in the entire league,
that's insane.
Is the
only 6
one
rebounds.
To play over 29 minutes per game and pull down less than 6.5 rebounds per game as well. And he has the 4th lowest total rebound percentage of any forwarded center across the entire league. Which, when you combine that with how much he's on the floor, there was really only one choice for this award. You just go straight to the stats and it tells you exactly who's going to win it.
Yeah, unless you want to use like a basic, like a Zeller.
Award is Lauri Markkanen. Next up now is the Walking Turnover Award, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it's basically given to a player that is most careless with the basketball.
Got to be a point guard
throughout the entire league.
Harden?
And this year's winner is Draymond Green.
Wow.
The Golden State Warriors.
Oh, my.
This seems kind of strange, right? That Draymond ends up winning this award this year, and I was really surprised as well. Typically, I give this to a guard. More often than not, it's a bench or a...
At the end of the day, I'd probably be turning over too if instead of, Steph Curry and Clay and Kevin Durant, I get to pass it to, what's that dude's name? Juwan Toscano? Is that his name? Jordan Poole and no-name small forward number 7.
Starter guy that just doesn't
can't really blame him in this case.
Turnover ratio and isn't helping their team that much in the playmaking department while also coughing up the ball a lot. But the more I looked into the advanced stats, Draymond Green became a clear candidate. Because when you look at his assist-to-turnover ratio straight up, it doesn't look bad at all. And I was leaning more towards, if I was going to give it to a forward, someone like Julius Randle, who basically has a 1-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. But then when you go deeper into it and you look at the turnover percentage, Draymond Green
utilized
has
too.
the highest turnover percentage, which is the amount of turnovers committed per 100 possessions on an estimated basis. And it's going to be Draymond Green winning this award simply because of that advanced stat and because of how often he turns the ball over per 100 possessions according to the advanced stats. So Draymond Green, unfortunately, is this year's winner of the Walking Turnover Award. And second to last now is the Buyer's Remorse Award. And this is given to a team that is already regretting a big free agency signing from the offseason.
Good one, good one.
This is also a community voted upon award. And this season's winner
yes, 1,000,000,000,000,000%, man. Oh, man, you want to talk about disappointment? Like, Al Horford, I'm not saying he's a bad basketball player, but he's an overpaid basketball player. $25 million a season to come off the bench now.
Horford of the
Dear
Philadelphia
God.
76ers. Now, if we're just being honest with ourselves, this was a pretty obvious one.
Yes,
right?
100%.
Al Horford has been one of the biggest free agency busts of last offseason, and that can be situational, it can be contextual, it can be because of the amount of money that was spent compared to the production that he's putting up in Philadelphia.
I think it's that one right there.
And you could say that there were signs coming that this was going to be a bad idea. In fact, when I did the offseason edition of the Illogical Awards for the 2019 awards, I listed him as a guy to keep an eye on as potentially a really, really bad move. And it turns out that looks like it's going to be true, given his age, given the amount of money that he's going to be paid over the next couple of seasons, and given how poor...
He's going to get paid $25 million till he's 90.
He is absolutely the winner of the Buyer's Remorse Award for the 2020 Illogical Awards. And last up now is the Delusional Shooter Award, given to a three-point shooter that continues to chuck up threes at a high volume despite their low
Russell
percentage.
Westbrook?
And this year's winner is Spencer Dinwiddie of the Brooklyn
Oh, I didn't know he
Nets.
was
Now,
a bad
this is kind of
three-point
strange
shooter.
one for me because Dinwiddie, whenever I watch him, it feels like he's making a good amount of shots from the perimeter, whether it's this season or in past
What's he
seasons.
shoot from three?
When you look at his statistics and you're looking at how many threes he's putting up a game and the percentage at which he's knocking them down, he should maybe consider decreasing the volume of those
31%,
attempts, because among
trash.
perimeter players, he has one of the lowest percentages among players that are taking as many threes per game.
That's
as
really
he
bad.
is, and it hurts me to put him on this list because I really like Spencer Dinwiddie as a player, but he is going to end up being this year's winner of the Delusional Shooter Award. And yeah, there you have it. That is
All right, guys, that is the end of the video. That was really cool, man. Like I said, guys, go check out Sporting Logic League's channel, link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.